to FTBL Final Whistle. First of all, it's been a minute. I've basically been telling people, bro, I've been on some crazy hangover since Messi won the World Cup. That's why you guys ain't seen my face, bro. I've been partying every single day like Lisandro Martinez.
You think you're on the team?
I've been hungover like Lisandro, bro.
Yo, you ain't part of the team, man.
But yo, it's been a minute. This is the first time we're probably ever on time. These guys saying never on time. This is the first time we're ever on time. So don't try that one of us. But guys,
we're not on time. We're 5 minutes late.
Bro. I put it on 7:40. What's the time right now?
7:45.
What? Oh, shit. Welcome back to FTBL Final Whistle, guys. We got a hell of a show for you guys today. Before we get started, of course, you guys know the basics. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Before we get into the main games for today, though, and look, we got some big storylines. Culture Cams, how are you today?
Hey, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I'm in a good, you know what? I feel like this is going to be a good stream today. I think I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. My team won, you know, like everything today went well. I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. This is the end of the year coming up. I hope everybody's been enjoying the content. If anyone's going out later, you know what I mean? Just hang with us for the next couple 45-hour, whatever. And let's talk ball, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm in a good mood. I'm so happy.
More than you believe.
More than you believe.
Happy New Year. Yo, let's talk about the first game because look, Cam, I'm gonna say it. Actually, I've been saying it for a few weeks. I think we're looking at the champions elect. I think we are looking at the 2022-23 Premier League champions. And of course, there's still a ways to go. There's a few big games. Arsenal have a tough run coming up. I mean, they got Newcastle at the weekend. Still haven't played City. But they are the best performing team in the league. Obviously, on paper, of course, they're top of the league. But the football that they're playing clears every other team in this league. And Brighton this season have been really good. Arsenal just wiped the floor of them. I know Brighton had a bit of a scare at the end, but it's a convincing performance for me. That's a champion's performance. You go to a tough ground, top 7 team, and just take care of business. And look, I know what the main topic is today, man. I came prepared. I'm a very humble man. I don't have too much pride in my soul. And when I'm wrong, I'm willing to come to the stage and, you know, say a few words.
Go on, bring what you have to say, man. Because, you know what I mean? It's good to get out confessions before we go into 2023, you know?
Of course.
It's good to,
absolutely. Put all your sins on the table and then...
There we go. Exactly.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Hey, man, this guy's a genius, bro. And I'm willing to put this out here, guys. I think this is the biggest L I've ever taken. I'm willing to admit it. I'm a big man. I'm humble. This is the biggest L I've ever taken. This guy's a genius, bro. Martin Odegaard, I'm so sorry. You are not just better than Paqueta. You might be the best creative midfielder in the league. The passes, the creativity, the leadership that he shows. I'll take another L. I was saying last year when they handed Martin Odegaard the captaincy, I thought it was a laughable decision. I looked at this guy and I didn't think that he had the leadership skills needed to captain a team like Arsenal. Bro, he's leading by example at the moment. Every single performance is consistent, providing assists, providing goals like today. I'll take this one on the chin, man. Absolutely world-class performances from Martin Odegaard this year. And like I said, I think he may be the best creative player in the league this season. I'll hold that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Odegaard fan. Been an Odegaard fan, so I'm all good with that. You know, I was very vocal about. I feel like Odegaard for 30 million to Arsenal was a brilliant signing. I always felt like that was the case, and I was so confused with the narrative around him that like his first loan was terrible. I thought it was okay. I thought his first loan was all right, and I was confused. There was just a point where there was so much negativity around Odegaard's name, but I think that was because, as I mentioned before, he was tied in with Maddison. So anything Maddison does, it's like, oh, look what we got at home. You know, there's no rice at home. You know what I mean? So there was times where Maddison, we know Maddison, he goes on purple patches. Maddison will give you some random week where he scored 6 in 8 with 4 assists, and you're like, what the hell? This is crazy. And Odegaard might not have done anything. So at that point, he was consistently getting compared to him because obviously Arsenal wanted Maddison at one point. But nah, man, for me, I've always liked Odegaard. He's always, you know, I like players that are good to watch, bro. He's always been good to watch to me. He's entertaining. He's like, and then now he's starting to put numbers down with it. But when he's doing these numbers, it's not, oh, he's adding that side to his game where he's getting to the back post. No, it's not about that. He's scoring nice goals. He's putting stuff on a plate for his players, and he's just a top player. And you're seeing why he was such a highly rated youngster. Of course, he went through a period where he was nowhere to be seen. But now, bro, he's a very, very top. He's a very, very good player, man. And now he's just wowing everyone week in, week out. And it looks like that break has done him a world of good as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's coming recharged. And boy, if this guy can lead a title, if this guy can bring a title as captain of Arsenal, yeah, yo, he's gonna put some serious, he's gonna add some serious clout to his name in these Arsenal streets, man. Because you look at Arsenal, I was talking in my group chat, like Arsenal, obviously their legends that they've had, none of it has really come to the Emirates yet. You know, obviously they haven't won a league, so they're having to start building these Emirates legend. I think they might have a few, maybe Fabregas, maybe I don't know how people rate Aaron Ramsey scoring 2 winners in the FA Cup, but these that are building something.
Yeah.
So let's see if Odegaard can stamp himself as, like, you know, the first captain to win the Premier League at the Emirates. But bro, listen, fantastic player, bro. Fantastic player. Simple as that.
Absolutely. And guys, I see people saying, how can you say he's the best creator? I didn't say he's the best creator. I said right now he's the best creative player. If you want to look at chance creation, that still, of course, is Kevin De Bruyne in terms of the numbers he puts up. In terms of creativity, Odegaard for me is the best creative player in the league this season. For me, there's a difference between creator and being creative. We'll have that conversation with Kevin another time. I know how he feels about that.
Boy, ain't nobody trying to see what I was seeing against Everton today. That's what I'm trying to say. But
you'll talk about that because I watched Newcastle. I didn't watch that game, but hey, I got a lot to say on KDB myself. But Odegaard, man, like I like what you said about it's not just the goals that are like taking him up another level. Like he's playing at a terrific level regardless of the goal contributions. And for me, I always say this, right? A player that his performance relies on him scoring a goal or an assist, like he can't play a good game unless he gets that stat on top of it. For me, I already have question marks over him, especially if they're a midfielder. Odegaard, and I think this is the biggest thing that like made me change my mind on Odegaard. Like once you kind of realize that he's not really a 10 in like your traditional Ozil role, for example, and he's actually more of like an 8. He actually plays slightly withdrawn. I think then when you kind of take the numbers out of your head and he's not creating 50 chances a game like an Ozil did, you start to appreciate him more, bro. Like this guy sets the tempo for Arsenal. He controls games for Arsenal from deep. Bro, he's absolutely wonderful. But you look at that entire front four for me, and my dad was telling me this. He's like, bro, Arsenal, like they're a great team, of course, right? But that front four is what's putting them apart at the moment. They probably have the best wing duo in the league at the moment. And you see what Liverpool have been able to do the last few years with Mane and Salah. And they were such a huge component of Liverpool winning trophies and challenging for titles. You have Saka and Martinelli now who can take players on either side, go outside, inside. They can run in behind. They can take a man on 1v1. They're goal threats. They're creative players. You put a guy like Nketiah in who hasn't played much of the season at all. But when he gets his opportunities, 2 starts, 2 goals.
Goals.
You can't ask for much more than that. So that front line for me is special. And you look, we're going to talk about City, right? And the kind of reduction in dynamism that they've had the last few years when they've lost the likes of Sané, the likes of Gabriel Jesus, the likes of Sterling. Arsenal are basically, for me, that attack is what Manchester City's attack used to be like. Stretching out defenses, wide and high.
City's was a bit more.
Nah, of course, but like for me, the style in which they do it, I think it's very similar in that regard. And I think you look at where football is going, right? You talked about it with Mbappe. Wide, powerful, athletic forwards that can take a man on, run in behind, stretch defenses. That's what this Arsenal attack does better than almost every single team in the league at the moment. They're brilliant.
Yeah, that's pure facts, bro. That's pure facts. And that's where the frustration, obviously, we'll talk about Man United later, but that's where the frustration is. They got 2 ready-made, built Premier League wingers. Do you know what I mean? In terms of their physicality, in terms of the directness that they play at, the intensity. That's exactly what you need in a Premier League winger. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why they're thriving as well. But it's not only that, it's everything. All the components are just coming together at the right time for Arsenal. And one thing is they're playing with crazy confidence. Crazy confidence. They anything they want to do, they do it. They don't hesitate. They just do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I saw a little pass in earlier and then Zinchenko just rolled the man and then the keeper saved it. But I'm like, that's just because you're confident, bro, that you're going to say, you know what, I'm just going to roll man in the box and try and score goals. You know what I'm trying to say? So all around Arsenal, and this is why, like, big up FTBL, they released the we spoke about Arsenal for about 4 or 5 minutes. I spoke about Arsenal for like 4 minutes in the last episode of Stoppage Time. People go and watch that. Everything I said happens. I'm like, with Jesus gone, no, not everything I say happens, but I'm saying everything I said for this is gonna happen. Because you're a mystic, man.
Nostradamus over here.
I said, look, Martinelli and Saka without Jesus are gonna add more numbers. They're gonna get into the inverted areas. I said Nketiah is gonna score 6 goals by the end of January. That's 2 so far. Odegaard's going to be playing in the roles that he normally plays. Jesus ain't going to be coming deep and trying to win the ball in front of him or whatever. He's going to be able to create. So go and check it out. I said everything that's going to happen, man. And it's happened. And it's happening.
I'm so happy.
I'm so, hey, listen, it's funny when those things happen. But no, honestly, though, I don't think Jesus is the biggest loss as Arsenal fans were making out. But that's down to good management. And that's down to good players having to rise in certain positions.
I agree so much with that.
You can't sometimes. It's excuses, it's excuses. Oh, this guy's missing. We have to now fall off. No,
I think with Jesus, Cam, it's a case of like you look at Arsenal's team last year and this year, and there's a huge improvement in results, performances, points. And what's the difference between the two teams? It's Gabriel Jesus was in the team this year and last year. So I think it's very easy to, like you said, kind of just think Jesus is out the team. Arsenal are going to revert the type from last year. But bro, this is the youngest team in the league. They have so many players under 25. Like the gradual improvement from not just every single player, because they've all improved, but as a team in general, they've grown together. I think missing out on top 4 could have broken a lot of teams. I think it's even made them stronger. They aren't a team reliant on Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus can get out the attack, and the attack still flows brilliantly. It's still fluid. People still create chances. People still get their goals. And Nketiah is finishing. The one thing I want to ask you, right? I'm gonna actually let me read some of these super chats out because people are being very generous with this stuff. Mark Goldbridge says Cam's Rashi is levels above Martial the Scrub. We'll talk about United later on in the show, Mark. Ash goes Paqueta over Odegaard is an all-timer. Respect Saka now. Like I said, bro, that's up there with one of my worst takes. I'll hold that one gladly. Orange with a super chat says they're not ready for the uncomfortable conversations. Come on, you Gunners. Ilias with a super chat says Ozil fans should be worried. I guess basically saying Odegaard could surpass his legacy at Arsenal real quick.
It says some civil war,
And Orange says, can we start having Saka being the best right winger in the world?
I mean, I don't think you can be the best in the world if you're not playing Champions League football. So
yeah, and here's the thing too: is he better than Salah? I don't think so yet. I would still put Salah over him.
Yeah,
but he's up there.
Salah's reached an elite level before. You know what I'm trying to say, and that's what I was saying earlier when I was saying, what did I say? No, I said I love Saka's IQ. I've always been high on Saka's IQ, and that's why I think he can play multiple positions at a high level. His decision making is great. I still think he needs to add that cut in and whip. When Salah cuts in and he's about to whip it, it's peak. When Robin, Bale, all these men used to do that, it's peak. So he's still got time to develop that. I think, as I said, every single season he's shown steady development. Absolutely. So I think he'll probably go in the summer and work on that type of stuff. But I said that's what will, for me, take him to be an elite winger. You know what I mean? But right now, I don't think he's elite. He's having a very good patch. He's having a very good season. He's growing. He's probably the right winger of the Premier League so far. If you're having a team of the season,
yeah, definitely.
However, I don't think he ain't stamped himself as elite. Elite guys have done it in the Champions League. Elite guys have done it every single season in the Premier League, and that's what Salah was. Yeah, I'm trying to say. So I'm not too quick to say that yet.
100%. Ash with another super chat goes, Odegaard makes you love football. Cross spammer, stay away. And this is another one why I'm so ashamed of this Odegaard take, bro. Because Odegaard is actually when you think about the players I like, Cam, Odegaard should be one of the kinds of players I like aesthetic. Like people always label me an aesthetics merchant. Odegaard is very aesthetically pleasing to watch. Like he's a beautiful footballer to watch. I'm telling you, I'll hold this one, man. This is an epic L of proportions. But bro, what I wanted to ask you, right? And it's something I want to ask because I've been kind of getting talked about this on Twitter. Should Man United fans be supporting Arsenal over Man City in this title race? Like for me, I'll be very honest. I would rather see Arsenal win this league title this particular season over Man City. And it's for a number of reasons. The primary one is, I don't think Man City dominating the league, winning 4 titles in a row, winning 6 of the last 7 is good for the league. I don't think it's good for football. And as a United fan, I look at Fergie's legacy. I feel like these guys are trashing on it every single season. The second one is, I'm looking at Liverpool. If Arsenal and Arteta can match Klopp and Liverpool's all-time great Liverpool season, and their entire success in 1 year. I'm looking at all these all-timer shouts for Klopp, all these all-timer shouts for Van Dijk. If they let Gabriel Magalhaes get as many Premier League titles as Van Dijk in half the time, bro, I'm coming for people. But thirdly, bro, do people just forget that, like, look, I'm not from the UK naturally. For you, for example, do you not consider Man City a rival?
Man City are rivals, though.
Thank you.
The thing is, the only reason why people are comfortable with Man City is usually when Man City are playing against Liverpool, and obviously Liverpool. It's more annoying when Liverpool win a league, bro. When Liverpool won the league, that was like the worst moment. Like Champions League, I've seen it before. You know what I mean? Gerrard, all that, I've seen that before. But when they won the Premier League, it was peak, bro. And listen, I was the hate watching I was doing on the final day of the season last season, yeah, when Liverpool almost won the league, when City went 2-0 down against Aston Villa. Yo, I almost cried, bro. I was like, yo, this is it. I was like, this is it.
Bro,
This
I
is
get
it.
that, right? For me, it's
sick to my stomach, bro. But I get it, you know, a lot of fans from London, for example, you're looking at the London fans, we've grown up with Arsenal fans growing up in the childhood. That's what it was. Arsenal United. That's what we grew up on. Arsenal United being the best teams. So all of that rivalry was always there. So there's going to be some fans that say that, but I still think I don't really care who wins it. To be honest, I'll be real, because listen, as Gary Neville said, it's like picking between two people to nick your wife.
It's like picking between two blokes to nick your wife.
It's like picking between two people to nick your wife, isn't it? However, as long as it's not Liverpool, either way is peak, you know what I mean? But Liverpool are the one for me.
Bro,
Like
that's what I keep saying, bro.
City, I'm not. If City go and win the league, three-peat, people now start saying he's better than Fergie. This is the greatest team. Bro, I don't want to see that. But at the same time, Arsenal, I don't want to see Arsenal win the league. So what do we do? Man United, get better and go and win it yourselves.
Yeah,
That's what Man United, get better. That's what you can really say. Yeah, I'm trying to say. But Arsenal,
bro.
If Arsenal win the league, I probably wouldn't be as mad as if City won it, because Arsenal, for me, I like heritage clubs, bro. I actually don't mind seeing them where they are. Like, it's nice to see. I grew up with Arsenal being a top team. Seeing Arsenal eighth in that, I'm not one of them people that necessarily absolutely love it. I like seeing these heritage teams and these plastic ones. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't really. It is what it is. I don't really want either of them to win, but yeah.
Give me Arsenal, bro. I keep hearing all this City United, and United fans have been support. I agree with you, bro. When it was Liverpool, bro, I'm the biggest City fan there is, man. I'm chanting Pep and Blue Moon Rising every single game. But bro, when it comes to Arsenal, I just like watching them more too, bro. Like from an entertainment point of view, I would rather watch Arsenal play these days than Man City. And we'll talk about them a little, of course, because they dropped points today. But Man City it's becoming a chore to watch them, in my opinion, bro. Already they haven't been like a team that really gets you off your seat, in my opinion, since like the Sane Sterling days. And I'm not saying that's the best version of City, but for me, that was the most entertaining to watch as a neutral.
Definitely
these days, bro, it feels like a chore. Like even the game against Leeds, they won the game, right? And Haaland scores 2, and it's just so methodical and overthought. And like it's right, like they play perfect football in terms of like it's very hard to get the ball off them. It's very hard to get chances against them. But as a neutral, I would every single day of the week rather watch what Arsenal are doing at the moment, fast, on the break, in your face, aggressive, than Manchester City. And I'm not saying that that's the best way to play football, because there's not just one way of playing football. But at the moment, I think that's what's going to end up winning the league. But talking about Man City real quick, this isn't the first slip that they've had this year. Of course, they went into the World Cup losing to Brentford. They've lost a few games here and there. They've slipped up, dropped points where normally they'd be almost perfect in those kinds of games. How close now are you to saying that like City might, because like City, look at their run up coming up. They got Chelsea, they got Spurs, they got United within their next 4 or 5 games. This is really do or die for them. And in the past, they've shown that in these kinds of run-ins, this is where they kind of take the title race by the throat, get back in the lead, go 12 games unbeaten. Do you kind of see that kind of run from City this year?
I actually don't see it. I actually do not see it, man. I don't think there is. Listen, they got Haaland. I've spoken on this before, but they got Haaland that scores the goals. I'm not one of them people that are saying that Haaland is ruining them. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't score 20-something goals by December and say you're ruining a team. It's just not. That's just not the case. However, I just think the way they play, the way their wingers are, because what City were good at, this is right. The wing pairing of Sterling and Sane was a lot better than Grealish and Mahrez. But you're also forgetting around them times, KDB for me was more mobile. They had David Silvers who can just, you know what I mean, slip in and out, blah blah blah. I think even I don't get what's going on. Why Pep is just randomly deciding to just bench Foden and just not play him. I just not getting that type of stuff at the moment. But I feel like City, when I'm looking at KDB, for example, he gets the ball. His first thought, which in a way can work, but it's just how quickly can I get it to Haaland? How quickly can I get it to Haaland? Grealish, when he gets down there, how quickly can I put it to Haaland? When you start doing them type of things, yes, Haaland's going to score a lot of goals, but overall, it's like some of you need to pull your finger out and find other ways of scoring goals as well. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I think City, I've said it from the start of the season, they're not really moving me at all. And this for me is his most boring team that he's had. And that's not even a disrespect to the City team, because they can go and win the league. However, it is the most boring team. And the reason why I also say that as well, why I think it's other than the 2016-17 when he first took over, because a lot of people are just saying it's the wings. Are you not seeing how you're defending? Are people seeing how Man City are defending this season? One thing about Man City is that when you used to try and counter them and stuff, lock off. I'm sorry, you ain't getting nowhere. Now, man, Fernandinho, bam, sorry, whoever it was, bro, they would defensively be solid. But this team, Akanji, this that, it's not really. City look a lot more easy to get at. Teams look like they can actually get something from City. And before, there never used to be that kind of case. It used to be like you're defeated before you walk across the line. But now I'm seeing Palace, Fulham, Brentford, Villa, Everton, Liverpool. These teams, Liverpool at the time when they played them were on their knees. Just going and washing them, bro. They're really troubling them. And that's not what Man City are usually about. So everyone can talk about the wing pairing, but defensively, it's not patterned either.
Yeah.
So I don't think, and I don't even think the combinations are as beautiful as it usually is with Man City. You know, when you look at Man City, it's fluid, it's nice, the midfielder popping it. I'm not really seeing that at the moment. It's kind of like KDB, Rodri, and then I'll see who plays between Gundogan and Bernardo, and you guys will float in, and Foden, you might play. I just don't see any as much cohesion as there usually is with Man City. But look, this is a bunch of winners. This is a bunch of winners, and history will tell you that they will go on a long run. However, I just looking at this team and I'm just thinking they just don't look as deadly as they don't look as dangerous as they usually do in all departments. That's including defensively. So I don't think it's as easy as saying they're just going to do it. Same way, I don't think it's as easy as saying, oh, Arsenal are just going to bottle it. This is a different Arsenal, bro. And same way, this is a different Man City. You know what I mean? And listen, we're Man United fans. How many times have we seen Fergie have to be like, okay, I need to make something dramatic here.
Bro.
What can I change? What can I do? And of course, bringing in Haaland is one of them things. But I don't know, man. I just think City are not what they are. And if they go on a mad run, that's very, very impressive. But it's going to be tough. They got their bogey team Spurs coming up. They got Arsenal. It's going to be interesting, bro.
Yeah. They got a Man United team that are going to be hungry for revenge too. But the question I got for you, Cam, I like that point that you kind of brought up about Fergie, because like for me, I always say this, right? Fergie was the best at basically renewing his team, like swapping players in and out before they even like declined. He saw it in advance, and it was also to keep the team hungry. And Pep had this quote over the week talking about Rico Lewis, for example, who I think throughout this kind of dodgy City run, he's looked pretty good. I'm really impressed with him just for an 18-year-old. But he's kind of was saying it's very difficult when you have like 5-time Premier League winners to keep the motivation up in the squad, because for a lot of these guys, it's like, what's driving me to go on and like go for another 38 game season? Like, where's the motivation in there? And that's why like players like Rico Lewis, he brings them into the team because they're hungry. They haven't won one. They want to get their first. They want to get their second. But could it be a question that maybe City have reached that point where a few of these guys probably have to be renewed? Maybe you look at a Kyle Walker, you look at I don't know, an Aymeric Laporte, and kind of think maybe the City team needs a new, because you also look at Arsenal, right? This Arsenal team, talk about hunger. None of these guys have won the league before. This is the hungriest team in the league. They're all young, they're all hungry, they're all energetic.
It was the same with Liverpool as well as how Arsenal are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But no, I agree. But it's weird because this is why I'm confused. I know Foden has been part of this, but I'm just confused as why he's not playing, bro. Like, He's so dynamic. He runs, he takes people on, he moves defenses. When you're every team is gonna set up to see how do we stop Haaland. Most of them can't stop him, but it's like how do we stop? They're gonna be flat, they're gonna be rigid. You need people that can take guys on, and I don't see Bernardo dribbling as much as he usually does. Like that freedom that he sometimes plays with is kind of dwindling a little bit. KDB is not that guy in that type of role. We know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go to the right half space, or he's gonna go to the right wing and try and cross it in. So I think someone like Foden should be playing in the middle. Maybe I'm not Pep, but I think he should be coming in and being able to take people on, bro, inside the pitch. You know what I mean? Like, because when he's wide, he can do it. But I don't know, man. It's a weird one with them. But I just think they just need to pattern up because I just haven't been impressed all season. And I know people are going to say, listen, it's Man City, but sometimes you can't just switch it on and off like a light switch. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting that Pep said that though as well, because that means he might be seeing something. You know what I mean? He might be seeing a lack, as RS said, sorry, there might be a lack of urgency. He's saying Pep will sort it out though. But at Barcelona, why did Pep leave Barcelona? He couldn't motivate the players anymore. That's exactly why he left. Ask Dani Alves. Dani Alves says it as well. Pep says it. He couldn't motivate the players anymore. But these guys obviously had won everything, Champions Leagues, whatever. But he couldn't get them to that next level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So he just said, listen, I'm getting long. This is getting long. I'm getting out of there. However, listen, he signed that I think he signed the 2-year deal.
Yeah, if he hasn't already, it's in the works. Yeah.
So they'll probably go and put 100 million at. They'll probably go and put 100 million at Rafael Leao or someone like that, or whoever, and they'll be back again. But listen, the season's not over. 7 points behind. Is it 7 points? 7 points behind. I'm seeing City.
seven. Yeah.
I've seen City on numerous occasions claw back 7 points. So not to write them off or anything like that, but it's just not vintage Man City. That's all it is. It's not vintage, and it's gonna be a serious grind to win this league. Let's keep it 100, bro. They almost bottled it last season. Liverpool were like, we're coming. And then it took a Gundogan off the bench.
Took a miracle.
He was possessed, bro. Something happened. So listen, let's not sleep on them things, man. Let's not sleep. Yeah.
Definitely. I'll go through some of these super chats. Son and Kane 1-2 punch gonna hit City like crack. You know it always does, bro. JBQ says City are far easier to set up against with Haaland. Interesting. That's something I kind of hinted at last year. I kind of imagine like if Haaland comes to City, he's going to score goals wherever he goes. But does the way City line up and does the way they create chances change with an Erling Haaland? Because you look at that fluid front three that they had without a striker. The question mark was always, who's finishing off these chances? Like they missed too many chances, but they created so many because of the kind of chaos that they had with Foden drifting right, Mahrez kind of cutting in, De Bruyne taking that space that he just left off. With Haaland, it's a lot more static. Everything is way more static, bro. Like De Bruyne basically now, I feel like the last few years, like he was definitely picking up the ball in different areas. This year, I feel like he's just kind of touched in that like little space on that right-hand side that he loves, but just kind of sitting there. I feel like with City, it's all overthought. It's all static this year. And I'm with you. I think like this team needs new attackers, bro, like badly. Like I'm a Mahrez fan. You're a Grealish fan. I think they definitely got to move on from Mahrez. Grealish, it's a little more money invested in that, so he'll be there for a little longer. But they need like a layout for me.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I just can't bring myself to. Even though the Haaland situation at the start of the season, as a joke, I was like, I'm gonna watch how it develops. Like, you know what I mean? Like to see, because there was always going to be the case that this could happen. But I'm sorry, the sheer velocity of the goals that he's scoring, it's hard to say that he's, of
course,
hampering this team, bro. At points, he's winning them the games. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I saw some people trying to compare it to the Cristiano Ronaldo situation, but the difference is Haaland has scored in every single game but 3, but 3 teams. So there's no goal droughts where they're still trying to force him. He's scoring and scoring. So I'm not here to try and put the blame on Haaland still. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
We got one more comment, by the way. Yusuf asks, Cam and Lies, would I be exaggerating and thinking you would have more of a soft spot for Arsenal potentially winning the league because of Arteta, an up-and-coming manager, as opposed to a Wenger winning another? For me, like it all depends. Like if it was Arsenal versus, I don't know, Spurs in a title race, I'd probably want Spurs to win. Like I still don't like Arsenal. Let's not get it twisted here. I said I like the way your team plays. I don't fuck with them, but like It's just for me, like City are reaching a point of like they're just too inevitable. They win too much. For me, as a football fan, even before a United fan, it's getting out of hand in my opinion.
For me, it's just for me. As I said, I like heritage football clubs, man. You know what I mean? Like, and Arsenal, look, they're rivals through for London fans. I'm sure Manchester fans would want Arsenal to win it over Man City. Do you know what I mean? They're online fans, the online beef between Man United and Arsenal and all that type of stuff. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, as I said, I don't want either to win it, but it'll probably be Arsenal, man. What the hell do I want City to win the league? Anyway, as long as it's not Liverpool, yeah. I'm good. As I said, I've always said, if I could have a team to win the league that's not Man United every single season, it'll have to be Spurs or Chelsea, bro. It'll be Spurs or Chelsea.
Yeah, you have Chelsea. We know why that.
Yeah, allow it, bro. It'll have to be Spurs or Chelsea. But at the end of the day, this is the era we're in, man. I'm tired of seeing all our rivals win it. What the hell? I never thought this. I'll see this day, man. So we need to hurry up and get back and be serious, man, because I'm tired of having to pick between, yo, who's going to allow it, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's start getting involved, man.
100%. Let's talk about our team, bro, because we had a nice little win this morning. I can't lie. I pulled a Rashford, bro. If none of you guys know, I'm right now in New York, right? So the game was at 7:30, and I can't lie. It was a long night for me, so I missed it. I pulled a Rashford, bro. I missed the early team meeting, but I woke up. I ended up watching the game. I got Peacock, so I watched that just an hour later. But, hey, man, United, they're going about their business very, very, very quietly. I saw someone, like, tweet me today, like, damn, United are only 4 points behind City and 2 points behind this, and they got a game in hand on Newcastle. Like, bro, United, I think they have one loss in, like, their last 8 or 9 games, bro. They're going about their business very quietly. Let's keep it a buck. Like, it's not a perfect team. I look at that forward line in particular, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell it better than I can because I didn't watch it live. But there's still question marks over that attack, especially when Rashford's not there. Who's scoring the goals? Who's providing a threat in the box? But the defense is solid. We'll talk about a certain defender, actually, because I like what I've been seeing recently. I need some apologies on my boy.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Listen, I've claimed that already, so we'll talk.
Yeah, the midfield looks very, very solid. Of course, Casemiro, I think he's been the standout defensive midfielder in the league. Him and Partey have definitely been the best 2 DMs in the league this year. And I think, look, if United can go and bring in another forward this window, and that's really the question mark, right? Because they're kind of stuttering over João Felix's loan fee. They don't seem to be really interested in anyone else. Their main target, or what appeared to be Ngakpo, went over to the enemy. But United needs a forward. But I think if they can get a forward, bro, they are definitely one of the best 4 teams in the league, in my opinion. They control games exceptionally well. They defend exceptionally well. They don't have a hole in midfield like they have the last few years. Things are looking okay, right?
Bro, it's honestly, it's a cliche, one game at a time, bro. You know what I mean? I would say we move in silence, but I've borrowed that to Turkish for the season. You know what I mean? I told him I'll be coming back for that. Enjoy that with Arsenal right now. I'll be coming back for that next season. So it's one game at a time, just step by step. We just keep on moving, man. And, you know, the win today was one of them ones you grind out, bro. 12:30, Wolves away. Lopetegui, first game, first home game, new manager bounce. You know what I mean? Just those literally on paper are nightmare fixtures. You know what I'm trying to say? They're nightmare fixtures. And I tweeted yesterday, going to be a tricky one. I was having people say 3-0 United, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. I was saying, bro, I don't see that happening, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And this is what happened. 1-0, we take it. You know what I mean? We take it. Rashford come off the bench after the disciplinary issue. It's all good, man. It's all good. As you mentioned, defensively, I think we're fantastic defensively. You know what I mean? I think it's weird because we've conceded, I think, 20 goals. Obviously, 6 came against City, and I think 4 came against Brentford in the fucking beginning. But you look at how we are defensively, like, I'm so much calmer, bro. I'm so much calmer, like, watching us defend. When we had Maguire, Lindelof, bro, I could not relax, bro. I could not relax. You know what I'm saying? I could not relax. But now I feel calm. I feel confident when we defend. And it's all good, man. Honestly, seeing where we are on the table, 4 points behind Man City. But my ambition's higher, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's keep looking above. Let's keep looking above and trying to knock these teams down. What are we? 2 points behind Newcastle with a game in hand. So if we win, maybe 3.
And they play Arsenal this weekend. They play Arsenal at the Emirates.
There we go, man. So why not, bro? We got to look above. Do you know what I'm trying to say? People are saying my Wi-Fi is moving mad. Let me come back.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is moving mad. But
Why you say it from the beginning? Man's letting me speech off, and you ain't even look at you, bruv.
I didn't want to interrupt you. No, we can hear you, right? We can hear you. It's just like you're out of sync, bro. You're buffering like crazy.
Good on, bro.
Hey, how the tables have turned, bro. I might have to record all my stuff from New York, bro, because my Wi-Fi is clean right now, bro. They're always talking about that Algerian Wi-Fi. I'm balling out right now.
What's going on?
But I'm still waiting on you to address one player, bro.
I'll be back.
You talked about the defense. Look how you see what he does, guys. His Wi-Fi cuts out magically when I want to talk about Luke Shaw. That's interesting. Guys, leave some of your questions in here while we wait for him, because I'm not letting him get away with this. 900 in here and only 150 likes. Yeah, guys, you guys got to get that up. For real, for real. We need to replace Eriksen off the ball. He's terrible. Casemiro was having to do too much. Guys, I'll say this about Eriksen. Eriksen's a great player, or at least he was in his heyday. I think at the moment, though, he is a bit of a stopgap, in my opinion, because on the ball, we all know Eriksen's quality. But I don't think it's a myth to say, this guy said, I don't think it's a myth to say that defensively, he's not exceptional. Carrying the ball, that's never been his strength. And I think United, having Bruno and Casemiro as the 10 and the 6 in this team, they need an 8 who's much more mobile than Christian Eriksen, both defensively and both carrying the ball. So I really think he's a 1-year stopgap. Like, he'll still be on the team next year, probably with a lesser role, but that's for me a priority position that they got to address. But yo, yeah, you're not dodging the elephant in the room here, bro.
What's the elephant in the room?
We're a great left back and we're a great left center back, man. Give us our dues, bro.
Bro, look, first and foremost, yeah, people go and check my tweets from 2020 where I said Luke Shaw's a better left center back than he is a left back. And I stand by that. He's a center back for me, mate. He's a center back. You know what I mean? Looks comfortable in that position. That's where he can use his best attribute, which is passing. His passing's pretty decent. He can pass between the lines and stuff. He's always had a good drilled pass in between the lines. And he can do that in centre back. You know what I mean? But left back, when it's time to be a attacking fullback, I'm good with you, mate. 16 assists in 250 Premier League games ain't an attacking fullback for me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So left centre back.
You can vibe with it.
Nice. I'm vibing, bro. I'm vibing.
What, Luke Shaw can't do the Ben White role inverted?
Inverted hype. What are you talking about, bro? Nobody's trying to see that. He came through as a flying left back.
Well, he matured, bro.
No. Yeah, matured into the centre half, innit? Matured into a centre half. That's good for me.
That's a backhanded compliment. But, bro, all I'm saying, I've been saying Luke Shaw's having a very, very solid season, bro. It's gone under the radar. And look, we switch positions. We can still keep up the performances. Certain men can't talk like that. But I like the way United are playing at the moment, just off the highlights and the brief footage I did watch today. And look, you look at the next game they got, Bournemouth at home. And then the problem is, then I think you got Arsenal and City back to back. But if they can win against Bournemouth, Newcastle hope they lose to Arsenal. Kind of get yourself back in those top 4 positions. You kind of have a little bit of room to play with against City and Arsenal. City at home, like I said, United are going to be looking for revenge after the 6-3. I think it's a good time to be a United fan right now. Just get us a forward in the January transfer window. João Felix,
that's
please.
Important.
Yeah,
we need that.
You talk about the forwards. Yeah,
we need that so badly because the Eriksen comment is right. We still need another midfielder for me, 100%. However, offensively, we need to still improve, man. We can't rely on Rashford to score every single week. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Martial is not it. He's not that guy. Like, regardless of a purple patch or whatever, he's not that guy. We need to replace him. Do you know what I mean? He's not the standard. He's been at Man United for 8 seasons. Let's get real, people. Do you know what I mean? He's been at Man United for 8 seasons. He went on a loan. He scored 1 goal over there. You know what I mean? So realistically, he's not that guy. So for me, of course, we still need a number 9. But then you look at Anthony on the other side, and this, I've got worries about Anthony. I said it before he signed, say it now. I just don't think he's physically up for it. He gets the ball way too deep, way too wide, and he hasn't got the strides that can even get on the ball and run at a man and take us up the pitch and stuff. So
he's too one-footed too, Cam. He's way too left-footed.
Yeah, he is. But then he's even so, like, if you're going to be that guy that wants to cut in on your left, he hasn't got that explosiveness to move. People are saying he could add that iron Robin, but he ain't got that, like,
create the separation, bro. No.
That's the perfect word. He can't create the separation. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think he's a good technical he can tight with the balls, neat. However, I just think, as you just mentioned Sane, Sterling, Mane, Salah. We mentioned all these type of names. He just doesn't fit in that bracket, bro. And it's not long before Man United fans start saying, maybe we should try Anthony in the 10. Same thing that they did with Jadon Sancho, bro. I'm saying, bro. Same thing that we do with Sancho. Maybe
he plays an interior.
Bro, yeah, maybe we should try him. Oh, he's definitely a right-sided 8. Come on, man.
I'm waiting for that Umir tweet. He's definitely a right center.
He's a right-sided 8, man. You know,
he's been misprofiled. 100 million pound misprofiled player.
This is what I mean. I'm not gonna lie. I like Ten Hag signings, Eriksen, and listen. I think I'm gonna give him opportunity. Of course, he's has to adjust to the Premier League 100%. But you're looking at Eriksen. I think it's been a good signing. Casemiro, Lissandro, Malacia has been good backup. Anthony's the one for me where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's see what happens with him. At least we always say that he's got the confidence. He believes that he should be on this stage. And that's half of the job, I swear to you, bro. But let's see, man. His performances for me need to improve. And also the positions where he gets the ball, man. He needs to be getting the ball higher. Places where you're actually a threat. Fullbacks are not threatened by Anthony at the moment. It's easy to play against him. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, I'll be more threatened by Wan-Bissaka. You know what I mean? I'll be more threatened by Wan-Bissaka at the moment. But talking about
looking good recently, bro. I can't lie. Wan-Bissaka,
Nah, but not even, bro. Just even forget on a football side. Just in general, big him up for coming out of the wilderness, and he's just the professionalism to still be fit, to be ready, to be called upon. While Dallow's been injured, has been top, man, and I'm happy for him, honestly, especially as somebody that's never been a fan of Wan-Bissaka on the ball as a player. But damn, you got to give him his respect.
And you never hear stories coming from his camp or whatever. You never hear like leaks. Wan-Bissaka's unhappy. He's pissed. Like just gets about with the job, bro. I'm with you. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think long term he's what United needs. But he's proving to be a decent backup right now. I don't know long term whether he'll continue to be, but yeah, big him up, bro, for sure.
We need an attacker in though, man. This João Felix situation. People are saying, no, don't play that much for. Listen, if that can get us a trophy this season, if that can get us into the Champions League this season, or even try and threaten Man City or wherever third place, go and get these guys, man. Go and get him, bro. You know what I mean? It could be a small investment for something great. You know what I mean? And I get why some people are saying these things, but I ain't trying to watch all that, man. Get a player like Felix in, who's a world-class talent, and try and nurture him and see what we can do with him. But I get it. The Glazers are selling. They probably don't care about the club like that no more. I get it, but I'm just hoping Man United do it because Erik ten Hag is crying out for one.
Bro.
You know what I mean? He's crying out for one. So we seriously need. Look how we needed Rashford to change the game. Garnacho should be no more than an impact sub at this moment. And he was even more threatening than the other two. But he should be no more than an impact sub. Off the bench, you see Garnacho coming on. I'll be worried, you know what I mean? If I'm a right back after playing against whoever for 45, 60 minutes. However, we definitely need another attacker in, and we need Sancho to come back, regardless of what we think about him. We need Sancho to come back, and I hope got Everton in the FA Cup. I'm going to be at that game, Old Trafford. Catch me there. But we got Everton, and then we got Charlton. I'm hoping he's back for one of those two games, man. While Man United are still winning. Do you know how bad it's going to be if we go and lose against Man City, then or Arsenal or something, and then it's like, okay, let's get Sancho. Nah, bring Sancho.
Save the day.
Bring Sancho when the camp is happy. You know what I mean? And we're winning games, and it's a cup game against Charlton or Everton. Bring him in. I hope he comes back. But obviously, he hasn't even trained with the first team for about 10 weeks, apparently.
Yeah, so. He just came back to Manchester recently.
He just came back to Manchester.
Yeah, Ten Hag said he's back now, but like not even back training. He's back in the city.
He's back for New Year's Eve and that.
Playing touchdown. Yeah. Oh, you're foul.
I'm playing. I hope he gets back, man. I hope he gets back. Honestly, we need him back.
Definitely. No, I mean, look, this guy asked me, Lias, the weekly update asked me, Lias, would you want Enzo as the 8 next to Casemiro? Of course, I'd love him, but bro, you look at the business Chelsea is doing. They look like they're going to secure his signing for crazy money, which, look, I've always said you spend 100 million pounds for like match deciders, and I love Enzo Fernandez, but I'm looking at like game changers, like match winners, and there's very few, in my opinion, that are worth that kind of money. But big up Chelsea, they need to improve their midfield. They're going to get him. Liverpool, they signed Gakpo. They look like they might even get Caicedo. Arsenal are in negotiations with Mudryk.
I ain't 130 million
That's
euros.
crazy money.
Absurd. I don't care.
Yeah.
I
But the
don't
point
care.
is,
Let's play 14
Cam, these
games.
clubs got money, bro. Like
That's like
Chelsea are gonna go.
signing Cleberson. That's like when we signed Cleberson and we signed him for 100 million to sign. Get that, bro. British transfer record fee. I don't know, man.
But this is the competition, Cam. All of our rivals are spending money. Like Arsenal are after Mudryk, Chelsea are rivaling them for him. They want to sign that Badia Shield guy. Everyone is spending money this window, bro.
You know,
United, like I said, they're in a good position at the moment, but it only takes all of your rivals strengthening to kind of go right back to point A. Like United, I think have landed a great coach and they've made some great signings. But the worst thing that they can do is just rest on their laurels and hope that this team can get them over the line. Because I'm like you, bro.
Yeah.
Anthony, Anthony, Sancho, Garnacho, Rashford, like that's not enough to get you into the top 4. And if it is, hey, that's a brilliant coaching job in my opinion. They need more goals in this team.
I feel like everyone is looking at the Premier League now, like each team, and they're looking like there's serious chances that you might not make a certain position if you do not sign. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal in the moment, like we need to capitalize on this. Let's get in Mudryk or maybe Felix. Chelsea as well. They're looking at their position and like, whoa, we might not even get Europa League at the way we're playing at the moment. We need to do something. Liverpool, like, whoa, look at the season we're having. We need to. Everyone is in a position where they need to act now because, bro, top 4 is going to be harder to get than ever, especially when you got Newcastle soon coming into the fold. Everyone is around kind of the same-ish level. It's going to be very, very hard to get top 4, man, honestly. So everyone has to act. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of incomplete squads. Chelsea had their little rebuild at one point, won the Champions League, but some people might say didn't. It's been kind of a weird kind of rebuild, you know what I'm saying? So they got to do something. We got to do stuff. We got a new manager. Some of the teams that we're talking about, there's new managers all over the gaff as well. So Conte, Ten Hag, Potter, new managers all over the place. Or then you got Liverpool who are becoming stale. They need to rejuvenate. It's just, it's mad, bro. It's mad in the Premier League at the moment. So we have to act, man. We can't sit there and just watch Mudryk go to Arsenal, Felix go to whoever. You know, I mean, Enzo go there. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Gakpo,
that'd be massive complacency, bro. Honestly,
we have to act on it. We have to act on it. And honestly, if we don't do that, then we've absolutely let Ten Hag down. Because I don't care what people think. I can see Ten Hag bringing this club back, bro. Honestly, you know what I mean. But and as some people are seeing in the comments, don't let us get Dubai. Don't let us get Dubai. Wait, that's what I'm saying.
Dubai way.
I'm telling you, bro. But nah, genuinely, bro. Like, if you don't back this guy, fair with this club, man.
Nah, definitely. See super chats. Walker 1111. All right, Walker 11. Put this to upgrading Cam's Wi-Fi. I might take that for when I'm back in London, bro. I might pocket that myself. Aiden, well, the super chat says 8 years of mid. Men are still writing for Shaw and Anthony Martial.
It's a United disease.
Still on Shaw, man. Martial, I hear it, bro. Shaw's playing at a good level all season.
Did you jump? When did you stop? You stop hyping Martial? I know you were in that camp, bro.
No, I've been saying Martial this season. I think is better than Ronaldo. I stopped hyping up Martial, bro. 2021 when he missed that wide open goal against PSG. But I just been saying I think Martial's a better option for this team than Ronaldo. That's not to say now that Martial's the answer to United's problems. If Ronaldo was still here, I'd still say Martial, but they need someone else up front there. Like, I agree with you, bro. How can you go to Sevilla, flop there on loan, and come back and be United's starting striker?
8 years, bro. 8 years. 8 years. But we got to give credit to Rashford, man.
Yeah.
You give him his credit?
Defo, man. No, he has to receive credit, bro. Like, I've been saying all season, right? Like, for him to come back from last year, bro, not just on a footballing level, but like with the places he was at last year, he looks like a completely different person now. His energy is back. He's revitalized. He's good hungry.
Trim. Much better trim.
Yeah, definitely got rid of that little. Nah, Rashford, man, honestly, I'm very happy for him. You hear what Casemiro said today. Casemiro said that I look at Rashford and I look at a guy who could potentially be a top 5 player in the world.
He said that
Tuchel gives similar praise. Like, some of the biggest figures in football have spoken about Rashford and his potential. And I think he's finally starting to show like signs, like glimpses that, bro, if this guy gets serious, man, the physical profile that he's got, the feet that he's got, the hunger for goals that he potentially can have, he can be a world beater, bro. At this point in his career, it looked last year like it was kind of coming to an end because he's 24, turning 25 soon. Yeah. But bro, if he can just get it all together, man, we have a special talent here, bro.
Yeah, he's 25. Yeah, I think he's 25 now. Bro, from 25 to 30, 31, you need to be top level. You know what I mean? There's the ages where you need to be top level, bro. Like whatever people think about people like Sterling and stuff, at 25, he was mashing. 26, mashing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we need to do. At 25 to Salah at that age, killing it, bro. 25 to 30, please evolve. That's the time you need to evolve. I'm not hearing all these when you're 22, 21, and it's all cute, Foden, Saka age. No, 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 no. 25 to 31-ish, bro, you need to be a top level player, bro. So he needs to start, he needs to be consistent. And I'm happy with the way he's moving, man. Like, he looks different. Yeah, I mean, the vibe looks different. Just he looks more confident. He looks like he understands, oh, they need me out here now. Do you know what I mean? And that's good.
But I think
man.
Ten Hag has made an effort of that, Cam. Ten Hag has made a noticeable effort from day one to say that Rashford is my guy, bro. I got full confidence in him.
100%. 100%. I think he's trying to do that at Martial, but we'll see how that one turns out.
You can only do so much. You can only carry the horse to water for, or you can only carry the horse to water for so long, bro.
Yo, do you know what I mean? So big him up, big him up. But honestly, I need to need to give praise to Ten Hag in general, just to wrap up Man United. Like, Rashford bench today, you know what I mean? Now you make them decisions, it has to work out. If Man United did not win today, whew, we're gonna be hearing Ronaldo, he's done this to Sancho, he's done this to, it's gonna look like, bro, this guy's a terrorist. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It looks like a terrorist, but it's paid off, and Rashford laughed it off, owned up to it. Luke Shaw said, you know, sometimes we might have been getting away with them. I'm thinking, yo, where's that wanted sign of his own face behind him, bro? Don't, Luke Shaw, you don't be talking about people getting away with
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I know that ain't who I think it is, but whatever, in it, like, just the discipline that he's adding to the club is huge, man. Because Man United, the way them man were acting under Ralph was an absolute disgrace. And Ollie, after a while, Ollie letting them get away with everything, it was a madness, bro. So now we've got someone. The buck stops with the manager, and that's what top football clubs have. The buck stops with Klopp. The buck stops with Arteta. He proved that with the Aubameyang situation.
Forget the Aubameyang situation. Forget the Ozil one. Cam, when you go for the king of football, the biggest name in the sport, Cristiano Ronaldo, and you win, you get him out the club, bro. You have put yourself in a position now where, I just basically bossed Ronaldo. Who's Rashford? Who's Luke Shaw? He's put himself in a position.
I feel like Ronaldo was that was a self-sabotage, man. That was a self-sabotage.
It was, but bro, Ten Hag has come out of that looking brilliantly, bro. Because I think he managed Ronaldo. I'm of the opinion that Ten Hag managed that whole situation perfectly. But he was strict with Ronaldo when he needed to be. He was lenient. So if you can manage a name, a personality like Ronaldo, bro, Rashford is a small guy compared to.
Ollie would have said, "Hey, you overslept. Oh, good pillow then. You're starting, Rashi." You know what I mean?
I remember, yeah, bro, 100%.
Like that. So you gotta show, like, listen, he's the best player for us at the moment. Doesn't matter. Well, attacking player, you sit on the bench. Do you know what I mean? And you'll come on. I'm not going to overdo it. You'll come on, score the winner, and thank you very much. Put to bed. We don't talk about it anymore, man. And it's good to have a manager finally like that. You know what I mean? So, but as I said, results have got to be going the right way as well before people start saying anything. So, big him up, man. We've got a proper manager, and hopefully 2023 is a lot better than 2022, because 2022 in totality was a shambles, bro. Absolute shambles. You know what I mean? We finished now this season, I believe, on 0 GD. Yeah, 0 goal difference for the whole calendar year, I believe.
We're at the negatives.
For the whole year, bro. That is wild, man.
That's disgusting, bro. Aiden with the super chat says, Ten Hag put Varane on individual training, came back on smoke. Same with Rashford. Can he go 3 for 3 with Sancho? That might be too much of an ask, bro. He can revitalize Sancho and bring him back to the Jadon Sancho that Europe was craving for 2 seasons. We got a special coach on our hands, man.
He's coming back, man. Remember, I told you, I've had my comments on Sancho because I had my fears before he came to the Prem. Now everyone's going too far and beating him down too much. You know what I mean? So now I'm in his camp. We got him on individual training. He's coming back. Don't worry, man. He's coming back.
You're just saying Cam sources.
I'm putting stocks into Sancho rising again.
I hope he comes back better. I really do.
By the dip.
100%. I want to finish it off. Obviously, like the main topic this whole week has been the death of probably the biggest name one of the biggest names in sports, an icon of the game, Pele. look, he was what 82 years old, passed away of cancer. I think cancer was the one of the main causes of his illness. But look, obviously, me and you are too young to have watched him. All we've heard of are really stories, and we've seen clips.
No,
But
I was there. I was
oh,
there. You
I
know,
was there against Gremio actually on
yeah,
in 1950. Yeah,
in that 1970 final, I told Pele, you guys are about to score the greatest goal in
yeah.
football
Play
history.
Carlos Alberto actually right into the corner. He's gonna, bro.
Yeah, exactly that. I told him, man. I said, hey, make sure Garincha's there as well. Make sure he starts. I was there, man.
But
I remember.
yo, big up to bro footballing like royalty. That's on honestly he's actually forget about footballing, bro. He surpassed the sport. He outgrew the sport. He is up there with the Muhammad Ali's, with the Usain, with the greatest of all time, the Michael Jordans. He
Yeah,
sits at that table and look, from our generation, I feel like a lot of people talk about Pele, like saying, can he ever be considered the greatest of all time because he played in an era where like you didn't have the best players, the sport wasn't as developed. But you look at every single thing that the best players have done for the last 30, 40 years, they all originate from him, bro. He is the biggest reason for why the sport is at the level it is today, bro. You see guys doing skills that he was doing, bro, in like 1940, 1950. He's a
bro.
pioneer. Like, I call him the godfather of football, bro.
Yeah,
And
bro. He's
yeah.
the first superstar of football. He's the first name. I say the first name. People say first superstar. I say he's the first name of football, bro. He's
Mm,
literally the pioneer, bro. When I was growing up, without even knowing who Pele was or seeing what he looks like, I heard Pele.
yeah.
Like Pele was just like anytime you hear who's the GOAT, Pele. You know what I mean? This
Pele.
is no Messi, Maradona. This was no Messi or thingy. All you hear is Maradona, Pele. You know what I'm trying to say? So this guy is literally he feels like the founder of the game, bro. Honestly. Do you know what I mean? He's the first legend. And you know, one thing, this generation, we're very sometimes ignorance is bliss, you know what I mean? Just take time out. Give yourself an hour, give yourself 2 hours just to research Pele's career. Actually watch documentaries on Pele.
Yeah.
And you, bro, I'm not capping. 2016 times 2015, when I was younger, I was ignorant, bro. I used to be one of the people saying fraud, farmers. And I just thought, you know what? Let me just actually see. And I was amazed, bro. The stats against these European teams as well. I was amazed, bro. People just stop the online troll kind of mentality. Just actually look into his career, and it's amazing, bro. Why do you think people wear number 10?
No, that's what Neymar said, right? He is the
Bro,
one who birthed the number 10, bro.
why do you think people watch number 10? And there was such a common myth that Pele was even a number 9. It's not even a number 9. He was a beautiful playing 10, bro. Maradona picked up the number 10 and took it to another level in terms of maybe stylistically, it was the day of color and all this type of stuff. But why do you think people wear number 10, bro? Why do you think, bro, it's honestly, bro, the guy is, when you actually look into his career, it's absolutely amazing. And
Yeah.
people need to give him his flowers, man. Do you know what I mean? I made sure I didn't see Pele die while being one of the trolls chatting shit about his career. Do you know what I mean? Because listen, in about 50 years, there's going to be people coming chatting shit about Messi. I hope you know. You know what I mean? These kids are going to be chatting rubbish about Messi. They're going to be chatting rubbish about Ronaldo, all these type of guys. Pele is a certified legend, bro. He is a no doubt one of the goals, no doubt one of the best 5 footballers ever, or whatever you want to say. Honestly, amazing, amazing, and
100%.
RIP to him, bro. Seriously.
Bro, 100%. I know you bring up this point a lot too, but like especially for a guy to be dominating that era and be like universally regarded as the GOAT as a black man in that era, going to New York and basically like bro, no one was playing football in the US at that point. Like he grew the sport so much in his short stint at the Cosmos. And again, I urge you guys, if you haven't seen the video on Twitter or on YouTube of basically players doing the same skills or scoring the same goals that Pele did, bro. Like everything that we're impressed by the current generation, bro, Pele was doing it before any of us were born,
Man
bro.
are getting things named after them when Pele did it first. The Cruyff turn, man did it before him and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's mad. But no, I fully agree. I remember I said that when I tweeted it on Pele died, I said about about like a black icon, and somebody's like, why can't you say football icon? And it's like, bro, you wouldn't understand, you know what I mean, what it means to have like a fully black man be what people call the king of the sport. You know, people call him the king of the sport, and that's nice. It's nice for us. It's nice for our community to see someone like that. So when I'm seeing people just slandering him and stuff, bro, I'm genuinely vexed about that stuff, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Genuinely vexed. It's like, for me, it's like, obviously Muhammad Ali was a lot more vocal when it came to civil rights and um, racial issues. He was a lot more prominent. However, Pele is an icon. He shares the same skin as man, you know what I mean, and many generations. So I think people should just try and give him his respect. Watch videos on him, man. Honestly, watch videos. His story is so good. His story is so good, honestly. And you listen to how people in his era, Di Stefanos, Puskas, all these Cruyff, all these type of
Yeah.
guys, speak about Pele. You know what I mean? You'll be thinking they're talking about God reincarnated.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
No,
So
100%. Another thing with me that I always loved about Pele, right, is he always showed love for the guys after him. Like, he showed love for Zidane. He showed love for R9. He showed love for Ronaldo, for Messi. He showed crazy Mbappe recently too. He's always basically showered these guys in compliments and said, like, these are the ones who are going to continue furthering the sport and growing it. And I always say, like, I mean, I said it when he passed away. I hope that the future generations can continue furthering his legacy, bro, because like these guys growing the sport is basically like growing the seed that he started back in the day, bro. Like nothing that we got right now is the way it is without Pele to begin with.
bro, this whole Brazil, oh my god, they're this
Yeah.
mystical
Yeah.
nation. It started from Pele, bro. It started from Pele. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's the reason why Brazil was so, we have this aura around them. And now anything they do, we're like, oh, why can't Brazil? Bro, it started from Pele, bro. You know what I'm saying? It really started from him. He was the definition of the beginning of the beautiful game. We call it the beautiful game. I would not even be surprised if he has some form of link to that term, the beautiful game. I'm gonna look
Joga
into that.
bonito. Yeah.
You know what I mean, these, bro, the beautiful game started there, man. Honestly, so
100%.
yeah, man, big up Pele, and RIP to him, man. Literally lost a legend. You know what I mean? It's mad because what you were just mentioning about he gives his respect to people, and a lot of people will be doing silly stuff like saying, oh, Pele changed how much goals he scored just because Ronaldo is closing in on it. I'm like, no, he didn't. That was his caption the whole time, 1,283 got. But people will say it was different last week. I'm doing all this editing, so I'm just trying to slander him. Do you know what I'm saying? It was mad. When you look at Maradona was the one that used to hate. He used to be the kind of the hater. You know what I mean? But he gets more. Everyone loves him more. It's mad. But maybe I'm just speaking from the new generation. Globally, worldwide, he's absolutely loved, and I'm happy that he lived a long life as well. So it's more of a celebration of his life, not mourning, you know?
Absolutely. TD here with the super chat says, as great as Pele was as a player, he might have been an even greater ambassador for football, perfectly qualified and consistently willing in that role. Absolutely. But I remember Pele, he used to be the one who basically gave out the Ballon d'Or. I remember Cristiano Ronaldo's first Ballon d'Or was Pele who gave it to him. So I always loved that. I always felt he really gave credit to the future generation when you could very easily be bitter and say these guys weren't as good as I was. He always gave these guys their flowers. So I always respected that. I think that's all we got time for today, bro. Talked about City. Of course, Newcastle dropped points. We won't talk too much about that game, but I think I'll be impressed. That's all I'll say about Newcastle. I'll be very impressed, bro, if that group of players can continue this rise in the top four. Because I was looking at their team today, bro, like Dan Burn. No disrespect to Dan Burn, right?
Big up Dan Burn, man.
Joe Willock. No disrespect to them, but like to hit the levels that this team is hitting this year. What's his name? Longstaff. Like, bro, it's a miracle on Eddie Howe's part that these guys are contending for top four, because they're going to be great in a few years, Newcastle. They got too much money to fail. I keep saying it, but to be doing what they're doing right now with these players, bro, it's crazy. CR7. I guess we can't ignore the elephant in the room. We do have a little more for you guys. Cristiano Ronaldo is the newest player for Al Nassr in the Saudi league. And Al Nassr right now are second right now. So Ronaldo is coming to a competing team. So please don't mess up their title challenge. Please lead them to glory. You must lead Al Nassr to their first trophy. But what do you think about that move, Cam? Actually, let me say my part on this. I've been consistent with this. I think Ronaldo at the top level is no longer the same player he was. So in this regard, I actually respect the move. I think this is the right thing to do rather than lingering in Europe and just hope that he can keep delivering for teams that I think he's no longer at the level of. So I'm happy that whether it was through humility or just lack of options, he's made this move. He's going to make generational wealth as if he didn't have it already, but 200 million pounds a year is absolutely stupid. He made $550,000 yesterday, bro. Like that's crazy money that we're talking about. But one thing I've stayed consistent with, Cam, is that interview is going to age like milk. I've said it from the minute it came out. It's not going to age well because I think Man United are just going to continue getting better and better, especially under Ten Hag. And I'd completely forgot about this, but Piers Morgan name dropped Saudi Arabia and said, like, do you think it's not time for you to go to that league yet? And he basically said, no, I still think I can deliver at a top level. So 2 months later to end up playing there, for me, it's quite damning. It's quite damning, and it's sad in a way, but I think that interview will only continue to age poorly, bro.
Yeah, listen, it's I don't know how to even look at it, because you've got to talk about, if he was just at the end of Man United this season and he went to Saudi Arabia, I'll be like, well done, mate. Go and get your paycheck. I saw he's getting 863,000 a day or some
If
madness.
it's that, I thought it was 550, but yeah, it's crazy.
Dollars or something like that.
Yeah.
But at this point, because of what he did with the Man United situation, because of, and I was talking to my boys about it, Ronaldo hasn't left any club in good spirit. He left Man United the first time after saying, I stay, you know, and then at the end of the Champions League final, he said, hey, I'm off. You to the teammates, I'm gone. Cool, whatever. Real Madrid, he left with a bad taste in his mouth as well, with bad taste in their mouth, because obviously he wanted to pay rise. Perez like, hey, yo, you're in your 30s, like, nah. Juventus randomly sprung up on them and said, I'm leaving. Man United now, interview, all of this type of stuff. It's a key thing to say that sometimes in life, humility is key. You know what I mean? Humility is key, and understanding your situation is key. And look, he said that he wants to go to a top European club. I do not expect Ronaldo to turn down any top European club. So I feel in good spirit to say he didn't have any offers. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So as they said, Grizz says, footballers are humbler, bro. Like, football will humble you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, teams have aspirations. They don't have time to stroke egos or anything like that. And that's one thing that Man United were even doing, stroking his ego, because you're a club legend. Oh, yeah, we got, you know what I mean? You walk off, we'll bring you back after one game. The whole season was just kind of a self-sabotage from Ronaldo. And that's why I don't get why people have this hate on Ten Hag, because he was just having to deal with a situation that was presented in front of him. Start of the season, Ronaldo didn't want to be here. Then says, okay, Ten Hag said that Ronaldo said, I'm going to give a week before I decide if I'm going to stay. So originally, already you're not committed, really. Let's be real. Then he says, okay, I'm going to stay. And then all of this type of situations happen. So listen, go and get your money. But I didn't call Ronaldo one of the GOATs because he was the richest man. It was because you were such a good footballer. So when people are saying, oh, this move is light for him, he's going to make all that money, it's kind of like, I don't care about your pocket. You know what I mean? It's amazing, but I don't care about your pockets.
They're saying it like they're getting a cut, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. So listen, yours dumb. I just got what you said. But, you know, it's sad, man. For me, it's sad because, as I said, if it was like Javi and all these, like how these men went to Qatar and all this type of stuff, cool. But it's the manner in which you left Manchester United, the club that pretty much made you who you are. And now you're here after talking with Piers Morgan, like brother, like you did an interview mid-season before a terrible World Cup in which your manager dropped you. Your friend, they call him, your friend dropped you, to then end up at Al Nassr. Is it Al Nassr? I don't know. Yeah, to end up there. It's a shame, man. It's a shame, man. I just wonder how long it's gonna go on for. My boy, he's been to Saudi so many times, and he's like, he just can't imagine Ronaldo in like being out there. Like, he just can't imagine Ronaldo necessarily enjoying being out there. His son is going to be in Madrid because he's back at Madrid Academy. I don't know.
His whole family, I think, will stay in Madrid, to be honest with you.
A loan might end up happening where he just does a little loan somewhere for, like, I don't know. It just, I can't imagine Ronaldo playing in Saudi for so long, bro. I just can't.
I kind of imagine this move, to be honest, bro, because I think Saudi Arabia, they want the World Cup in 2030. They're going to give him this 2-year contract. He's going to be an ambassador for their bid for the World Cup. Like, I think it all kind of makes sense, but bro, I just think it could have ended so differently, bro, because I keep bringing up Zlatan as the example. Like, Zlatan took that leadership role, cut his minutes drastically, took a pay cut.
You don't basically be Haslam role now, innit?
Bro, yeah, and he's just a mentor to these guys. He won a league title with them. Like, he loves life. He lives in Milan. Like, why couldn't Ronaldo have done that for United, bro? Like, why couldn't he have just accepted that role at United?
Him accepting Saudi is maybe just him saying, you know what? I've got to accept my fate now. You know what I mean? I've got to accept my fate. I've got to accept my situation. And I guess in a way that's good to see. But listen, it's over at the top level. It is over. He's gonna probably play a couple more Portugal matches out of courtesy because he wants to get his 200th cap. That would be nice. Only player to ever do that and stuff. So, but yeah, man, at the top level, man, Ronaldo's finished and that's it. You know what I'm trying to say? 38 years old. Thank you for the last 20. Thank you for the last 20 years. But hey, listen, every dog has his
Next
day.
20 are mine.
Father Time waits for nobody, man. And overall, I think it's been a very, very bad 2022 for Ronaldo, man.
Bro, you put that
Socially,
Messi World Cup pick with Ronaldo and the Al Nassr. Yo. Damn.
it's
I
crazy.
hate it had to be you.
I hate that it had to be you, bro. I hate that it had to be you, man.
Nah, 100%. Well, last minute super chat, of course. Walker11 says Ashley Young, same head as Cristiano Ronaldo and starts in the Premier League. Look,
Yeah, but
I'm not going to disrespect Ronaldo.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Ronaldo's a big man. But guys, that's going to be the end of this show. We talked about Arsenal storming the league at the moment. They look like champions elect in my eyes. City stumbling here and there. United on good track to finish in the top 4. We obviously honored the great legacy of Pele. Talked about Ronaldo's move. Should be back soon, guys. The content should be consistently coming back. I'm telling you, my honeymoon period, celebrating Argentina and Messi. I'm back in club form now. I'm back in domestic level. So we'll be back for sure.
What I was going to say, big up everybody that's been supporting in 2022.
Thanks.
Been a mad year, mad growth. Probably the year that I've had the most change. I've had such a good year content-wise. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like doing one of them 2022 dumps, but I can't even be bothered. I can't even be bothered. But it was honestly, big up everybody for supporting. We've been growing. Keep supporting. Subscribe. Share as well with your people. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? Tell people that are trying to get into football, hey, you need to watch these guys. You know what I'm saying? So big up everyone, man. 2023 is going to be crazy. You know what I mean? I think 2022 was big. 2023 is going to be crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? Can't wait to do our LA vlogs. You know what I'm saying? FTBL,
yes, sir. Warm weather.
That summer LA vlogs, you know what I mean? Day in the life, you know what I'm saying? But nah, big up everybody. Yeah. And yeah, man, 2023, here we come. Have 100%. Have a happy new year as well, man. Go turn up. I hope you guys ain't sitting at home just about to go to another stream, you know. Go outside.
Big Six, I'm in you.
Bro, go get some girls, man. Go and get some man if you're a woman you're watching, you know what I mean? Or, listen, wherever your preference is, go and get that. You know what I'm trying to say? So big up everyone, man.
100%, guys. Thank you so much for all of the support that you guys have shown us this year. We're one of the quickest growing football channels on YouTube at the moment, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So, yo, big up to all of you guys. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe, drop comments down below. Happy New Year in advance. We'll see you when we see you.
Big up.
Peace.
Big up.